Hey guys, yeah, so I'm headed to Columbus. You know, I've got a lot of different things I want to talk about. I figured I'd maybe do a separate video talking about something that happened yesterday, or I found out yesterday, and how I resolved it. You know, I feel like everything ended up working out, but needless to say, I was definitely very upset when I got the picture. So yeah, yesterday around lunchtime, I got a text from Kyle, the guy that comes to my wood yard that I've been at to get, you know, loads of wood on occasion, and he'll leave me some money, some cash in the tent. So I got a text from him asking what happened to the wood, and I'm thinking to myself, what are you talking about? You know, I've still got, you know, pecan there on pallets, by the way, white oak, a little bit of white oak. I've started moving it over. I don't have a whole lot of white oak, maybe a cord of white oak left over on pallets. Then I've got the water oak that I've been working on, probably enough to fill this bed of the truck up. Well, I got a text from him. He's telling me he needs, you know, a load of wood for his barbecue business, for his mobile barbecue business that he has. And I'm like, what are you talking about? You know what I mean? Like, so yeah, I was like, so what's up? You know, so he's telling me it's got stuff all over it. And he sends me a picture, and sure enough, it's just one big jumbled mess of debris, essentially. And I'm going to show you the picture after this clip of what he sent me, by the way, so you just know what happened, and you can see for yourself. But yeah, it was just a big jumbled mess of debris, broken pallets, firewood, dirt, all mixed in one big pile. So yeah, Corey, the landowner, and I've mentioned this before, guys. I mentioned the fact that he's been kind of pushing me out, I feel like, even though I paid up till July the 1st. You know, I paid up, and I told him even if I move out beforehand, I'm not worried about him paying me back, that kind of thing, even though maybe I should have reconsidered that. But anyway, he ended up pushing, you know, those nice piles that I had, and literally, you know, it wasn't going to take me much longer to, you know, finish up. He pushed them all in that one big giant mess of a pile. So yeah, I mean, as soon as I found out, I mean, I'm a pretty easygoing guy, right? It takes a lot to really get me upset. And when I saw it, man, I called him right away. We was in Wendy's eating lunch, so I called him up, and I mean, I'm pretty hot, and I'm telling him, look, dude, what in the world? Who in the world did that? You know, who in the world pushed all my good firewood into a big pile? I mean, you're talking, you know, probably $3,000 to $4,000 worth of wood. So, what's up? You know? Yeah, man. I mean, I even said some choice words there. I mean, I was upset. Had a right to be upset, but yeah. Needless to say, and I'm going to discuss after this clip, and you'll see the picture. I'll let you know how it went, and you know how I was able to resolve it, and he did what he could as well to resolve it as men, as good Christian men. And we'll talk more about that here in a second, y'all. Hope you're doing well. Hi guys, assuming y'all saw that, you know, picture there, you know, the debris pile. Again, yeah, Corey, you know, the landowner over there, who I feel like has been kind of rushing me to get done, right? He pushed all that wood, including the pallets and the dirt, I'm assuming y'all saw the dirt as well, into a pile. So, yeah, good thing it hadn't rained yet. And I'll let you know, it ended up hopefully getting resolved. Yeah, I called him when I got that pic. Kyle sent me the picture of it because he was wondering what happened. I'm like, you know, I was confused because I knew I still have, you know, the piles of wood on pallets, pecan and the white oak specifically. I've been working on the water oak with a skid steer, you know, loading it up. So it was kind of in a bit of a mess. But anyway, yeah, he sent me that picture. And obviously I was pretty ticked off, right? So I called Corey right away, and I mean, I'll be honest with you, man. I mean, I'm I'm not one to say any kind of cuss words, and I wasn't cursing at him, but I actually let a few slip, you know. I mean, I was really disappointed. I told him, dude, why in the world would you do that? Why would you push those piles together like that, loaded with all that, you know, all the dirt and all the broken pallets? I mean, I was planning on coming today after I got back from the oil change, even though it's going to rain, so I don't know if I would have been able to do it anyway. But I could have easily have, you know, got it done today if the weather would cooperate, and I could have left him some good, you know, some good pallets, right? And that's why I told him, I was like, I'll leave you the good pallets, you know, once I take the wood off. But yeah, I was like, dude, what in the world were you thinking? Like, I mean, you're talking, I mean, some of you guys, I know Ray has done firewood before, and he'll probably agree. Anybody else, if you've done it, I'm sure you'd have been upset too. But yeah, you're probably talking a good, you know, $3,000 to $4,000 worth of firewood there that he just jumbled up in one big messy pile. So yeah, I was upset for sure. And I told him, I mean, I'm like, look, dude, I mean, it's like, what were you thinking? Of course, he was acting like I was done. And I told him, and I haven't texted him that I was done. I told him, I was like, dude, I never told you anything about being done, dude. Like, what are you doing? You know what I mean? But anyway, yeah, man, he just acted like it wasn't a big deal at all that he did that. And I'm still perplexed, and I told him that. But either way, I got off the phone with him, wasn't happy. And Corey's a good guy. He's a little aloof. He's the kind of guy that literally he'll walk around barefoot. We used to go to church together, and he would walk around barefoot in church. He's a little different, you know. He's a nice guy though, and needless to say, he was texting me throughout the day and finally admitting the fact that he made a mistake, and he's made dumb mistakes, and he's going to do what he could to rectify that mistake. And I told him, look, dude, I appreciate you admitting that you were wrong doing that. I still don't understand why you did it, because it makes absolutely no sense given the facts, especially the fact that he has no reason to be pushing me out, right? And I told him that. I was like, dude, you had no reason to be pushing me out. I've paid you up, and I told you I'd be fine not asking you for the money back, you know, assuming I got done before July the 1st, which I will. But yeah, we ended up doing what good men do. Got the situation resolved. He took a grapple bucket on his skid steer, and he was sending me video clips on my phone showing me what he was doing, trying to get all the dirt off it and separating it and all that kind of stuff. I mean, I will have to not separating the actual firewood itself, but getting the pallets out of there, all the broken pallets, all the, like I said, the dirt off the wood. I'll just have to sift through it and try to divide it up if I can. But you know, I want to sell it separately, right? Because some people like pecan to cook with and white oak and all that. So I've been trying to keep it separate for a reason. He just jumbled it up in one big pile, so I'll still have to identify the individual pieces and throw them into the piles that I have. So yeah. Either way, it got resolved. I told him I didn't want the friendship to end over this. And like I said, he admitted that he was wrong and this, that, and the other, and made a stupid mistake. He's done it before. He's made dumb mistakes before. He just wasn't thinking, that kind of thing. But either way, hey, not worth ending a friendship. That's what I told him. You know, he's done the best he can to resolve the situation, and I respect that. So yeah, we work things out as men, and you know, the Christian way, right? I'm trying to lead by example. I'm trying to be a good guy, a good person, and not get all up in my feelings over something like this. Even though I have a right to be upset, I can still go about it a certain kind of way and not lose a friend over it, right? And I'm proud of him for admitting that he was wrong. So at the end of the day, we made it right, and I'll be fine. You know, that's that sort of thing. I'm almost done now, right? I'm almost done anyway, so I'll be glad when I get it all officially moved over, so I don't have to worry about it. But anyway, I'm gonna take a little break, guys. I'm about to stop by McDonald's and we'll talk about some more subjects. I'm gonna bring up some videos from this week that I noticed. We'll talk about some things. And I also mentioned the fact I got some shirts, some company shirts. Yeah, nothing special. Just had some shirts made out. So we don't like the village people out there working together. But anyway, yeah. We'll talk about that, some more things later. Talk to you soon.